I'm sorry to hear that. It's fine, don't worry about it. But why would this Agrsn be looking up for avatars? He's probably searching for the manifest as well. Iria, you okay? My head just started hurting, but I'm fine. The manifest? Now that you mention it, when Albert recognized I was an avatar, did he ask me if I knew anything about the manifest? What is the manifest anyway? Doesn't sound kind of familiar. I feel like I heard of it, but I can't seem to remember. I've got a bad feeling about this. I see. Manifest! Don't scare me like that. That's what destroyed Devaloka. This is horrible. We have to stop them. Are you sure about that? Actually, she might be right. Meaning it has the power to destroy the world. Why is it on Nautica? Maybe because Devaloka collapsed. Damn, Matthias, you attacked my village for something like that? Village? I thought you were mayor. Mayor's daughter, huh? The real question is why Albert is searching for manifest. Perhaps you intend to use it for war. Could be. Use that on your enemies, and man, Nautica itself might bite the dust. Considering it's the same power that destroyed Devaloka, joining Nautica is a definite possibility. You could easily use it to hold the world hostage. All I know is nothing could come from letting the manifest fall into their hands. Then we just gotta get hold of it before Arco or Tenos can. Arco, I've heard rumors that they're backed up by the Privacy Council. Privy what? The Privy Council was originally established as an advisory body to the church to assist with political matters. Long ago, the seats were occupied by clergymen, and those days are long past. What does that mean? What about the shadiest sounding thing I've ever heard? So Matthias wants the manifest to restore the church to power? I wonder. I sincerely doubt something like that dangerous could be used for good. So Arca's pretty much taking over the church. Things do seem to hear in that direction. In order to create an utopia in Nautica, they've been using the church doctrine to gather believers. Does that include salvation for avatars? We heard they projected from the compulsory fallen rehabilitation program. That certainly does sound shady. There's so nothing denying its success in attracting believers. Whatever. Who cares what Ark is doing? Shouldn't we be worried about what our next move is? Too much talking, you know. Koda wants food. Tonight shall be a feast. It should be ready momentarily. Koda can hardly wait, you know. Nom. And I'm wiped out. My head hurts. Wouldn't you care to rest your head on my lap? Can I? Why don't I assist you, young master? Yeah. You know, since we're short on leads, we should probably head to Regnum. Regnum seems like the best place to start looking. Let's make our next destination then. However, we should give Aria a chance to rest. I'm feeling a bit under the weather. I can rest up after I eat. Dinner is served. Please do enjoy the meal. You know, it looks tasty. No. It's like they're eating cereal. No. What the hell is that? Is your headache getting better? Yeah, I'm fine now. Weren't you worried? Your brain overheat? That was a pretty long lecture. You have a fever? Are you alright? Man, Spada! No more jokes. Luke is taking them seriously. Yeah, my bad. So you don't have a fever? Thank goodness. Thanks for your concern. Yes. Goes up by 18. You know, these skits bring them up by a lot. Angie, you might know an answer to this one. Answer to what? I know that the belief of people of Nautica is necessary to sustain Devaloka, but why is it necessary? An excellent question. First, you know that Devaloka and Nautica were once a single world, right? In other words, Nautica was a part of Devaloka. Much of that power sustaining the world was taken far away. So that penniest belief the people of Nautica was left substitute for the power of the land itself. Belief and reverence of the powers that preserve the world. Prayer is truly mighty. When the ancient religions were created, a great deal of power was produced, but that decreased little by little. Why? Because the people of Nautica began to forget that they were once Devalas. They forgot the very reason they were praying for forgiveness. Without a firm foundation, belief is hollow, you see. The creation of the church was an attempt to unify various interpretations of the doctrine. The solar church was supporting Devaloka with belief. That may not be entirely true. As I said, various interpretations of the doctrine existed. People began to follow whatever portion of the doctrine was convenient for them. As a result, the belief itself was no longer what Devaloka required. The church would grow larger to no real end. And even the church was only further alienate believers, like they put a cart before the horse. If humans had to continue to desire to return to Devaloka, perhaps it would still exist today.
Edwingham is a brilliant endeavor. When I think back on my time in the House Belform, I recall the beauty of the Imperial City. Are you departing? I hope that you do found yesterday's meager meal to be your liking.
It was quite delicious. Tasty, you know. Oh, tasty, you know.
I am pleased to hear that the young master seems so truly wonderful companions. Damn straight. Please visit again any time.
Sure, take care, Hartman.
Farewell.
You know, you and Luca don't look lovers at all. Excuse me, that ancient history. I mean literally ancient history. Given the visible passion between Asa and Anna, perhaps it just looked the difference between so striking.
Yeah, I don't want to say too much, but they were like two idiots in love.
What does that mean? They were always hanging all over each other, no matter where they were.
They were also famous too, the first couple to cross national borders.
Speaking of which, how did they end up together? I don't remember, to tell you the truth.
I'll tell you what I know. I know Inanna deserted, right? She practically strolled right out of the battlefield into Asu's arms. The warriors were so taken with her beauty that they simply watched her as she passed.
Deserted, huh? I wonder what she's up to. Did something happen in Ratio? Lone born amidst the waves of war, how romantic.
Really? Nothing ever comes of love at first sight.
Well, there are certainly many cases where people do not realize their mistakes until years down the line.
That's what I'm saying! Hey, come on. Romance ain't nothing but science. I think poor Luca, just before you talk about love for a set like that. Think of poor Luca. Poor Luca. Sir... Another skip, for Christ's sake.
Sir Ricardo was a Reaper in his past life, right?
Yeah, I fought with Hypnos, a Reaper, on the battlefield once.
A Reaper, huh? That's how they called him, the Reaper down Human Souls, right? Kind of like a job title, I guess.
Oh, is that right? Angie, do you know?
Yes, Devaloka was preserved using the power of belief in Naraka. However, when it proved to be insufficient, Devaloka had to maintain with human souls. The ones who carried out those duties were known as Reapers. Only the Ratio provided Reavers. Why? Since this was composed with entirely individuals who had no apparent interest in the preservation of the world. While it seemed they had held believers in high regard, they were opposed to hunting human souls. It's weird that Asor and Hypnos met on the battlefield. If he was met on a battlefield, does that mean he abandoned his post as a Reaper? Good question. Maybe Ratio had a shortage of troops too. I do not believe that was the case, however, I cannot offer any alternative scenarios.
He must have some reason being there. Need to get some items. Nom, nom, nom. Is my health up? I have no fucking idea. It's on the status on the right, isn't it? Where's the item store? That's the guild store. The item store, he said it was like... it was behind... yeah. Okay. That's what he said. His house was behind the item store. Purchase item... do this. Oh no, I need to grab a couple more. Okay. Orange gel, might as well grab a couple of those. A lot of gold. Specific. I might grab just like 2 of them. Just cuz. Life bottle. Might as well just max everything out. I don't see why not. Interesting. I don't know if the lens effect stays after you use it, though. Like, do you have to use it every time you see it? Like on Final Fantasy, or... Anyway, I gotta take a break. I've been doing this for 3 hours. Let me break my voice a second here.